Now, it's funny you said if you just keep trying and you just do it, it don't matter. Just take the action.
Hmm.
I want to use what we're doing right now, and I like to be fairly blunt,
Yeah.
and I'm one of those individuals that like to show people everything from the beginning. I don't want to wait till I get the Ferrari and the Lambos and the jets to show people that I succeeded. I'm
Right.
that individual, and I'm sure you are the individual as well that like to show people, the failure, show people where the mistakes happen, where you overcame those mistakes, and that actually gives people more motivation to do it because we're human. We're
Right.
human. And the number one thing we can point out right now is this IG live right now. Me and Daniel literally sat down and we talked and we said, hey, neither one of us never did this before.
Right.
Let's go ahead and jump on the Instagram live. Let's not overthink it. Let's get a few things we're going to talk about to help the individuals just watching and help the individuals that will watch in the future. And then we just start running the video. And
Right.
it's as simple as that. And worst case scenario, always look at worst case scenario. If it's not going to kill you, then there
Right.
should be no reason that you can't go after what you want to go after.
Exactly. Totally. You're 100% right. That's exactly how this live came about. And we said, you know what? We'll only get better, right? From here on out,
Exactly.
it's only going to get better. And so you just jump in with 2 feet and you try it. Like you said, if it's not going to kill you, what's wrong with trying it?
Exactly. So let's if you would like to, I want you to kind of let people know the background you came from because the topic is mainly on this IG live is time management and
Yeah.
showing people how to get out of that certain mindset. My Instagram is crab out the bucket, and that meaning is to be that crab to get out of that bucket or that person to get out of that negative mindset. And kind of give the audience a little background about where you came from, like where you were born at, if you want to get into details about that, and the environment that you was in, and at that point in time of your life, did you have your why then, or was you still searching for your why?
I had a why, but as I got older and I learned more about myself, I realized that living towards that why wasn't going to serve me well, right? So I came from a family where I felt the need to make a lot of money, to provide, to really help out the family really quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and so I pursued significance and success as early on as possible. I just tried to pursue making as much money as possible and have as much success and as much significance, right?
Yep.
But the problem with chasing significance and certainty by way of a certain income is that those are two things you can never attain. With significance, when you achieve a certain level of status or whatever, it quickly goes away, right? You've heard a lot of people who say, I aim for this goal, I aim for this promotion, and then when I got it, it wasn't what I expected it to be.
Uh-huh.
And so you start chasing the next ladder, you start chasing the next goal, the next goal, the next goal, and you end up feeling empty in yourself. Like no matter what you accomplish, you're never satisfied because you're chasing significance.
Mm-hmm.
Same with certainty. When you're chasing with certainty, what you're really trying to do is control everything around you. You're
Mm-hmm.
not willing to control yourself and make sure you're adaptable. You're trying to control everything around yourself. And you realize that, you know, you're never going to be able to do that. So you're left on this hamster wheel chasing these things, right? And when you realize that you know what, those are two things I can't ever achieve, and you change your focus and you start saying, okay, well, what I'm going to change, what I'm going to chase now is the life that I want to live. I want to chase minimizing regret. I want to chase the best self. Like I want to continue to improve, to get better, to focus on the things that are important to me. That's where your why gets strong. And that's where you can figure out what really, really matters to you and really dial in on that and start reverse engineering. Like last time you and I talked about, one of the
Mm-hmm.
things I do
Yeah.
is people say, you know, do your New Year's resolutions. What is 1 year going to look like, right? What is 2 years going to look like? Now, it's really easy to overestimate what we can do in 1 year. And then underestimate what we can do in 10 years. But what I tell my clients and what I tell, you know, people around me is go out 50 years, go out 30 years, and figure out what you want your life to look like in 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want it to be? And then reverse engineer it back, right? So if you want to have a certain amount of money, let's say you want to have a net worth of $1 million in 50 years. All right, reverse engineer, in 25 years, you want to have a net worth of $500,000, right?
Yeah.
And then reverse engineer that back, right? In 10 years, you want to have a net worth of, 150,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now you say, okay, what can I do to do that? Do I need to start a side business? Do I need to save more? Do I need to cut my expenses? Like, how do I do that? It becomes a lot easier if you've got a goal that you're shooting for, right? And like I mentioned last time, if you've got a GPS in your car and your phone, that GPS is actually very useless
Mm-hmm.
until you tell it where you want to go.
Exactly. Yep.
Right? Same with our lives.